Welcome to the season finale of Realtors and RVs. I asked everybody this question in the beginning before we even launched the season. Will the wigs survive the RV park? Guess what, guys? Final episode and they're still kicking. So they survived. They survived the series. But anyway, we have Brad Jones from Beazer on the show today. I've done a handful of deals with Brad. He is awesome, happily married. His wife has a baby on the way. He's got a little son, and we're going to dive into who is Bradley Jones. So who are you, Brad?
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
First and foremost, man, that question, pretty simple guy, I guess. I came over from a completely different industry. 5 years ago, I was in leadership in the food industry, of all things, completely different in real estate. Like I said, I was in leadership with PepsiCo, and I said, I want to be more one-on-one with people. I'm from a little town called Kinston, North Carolina. This is more my speed, just dealing one-on-one with people and stuff. So I've enjoyed helping, families relocate from all over, as we all know, to this area for the last 5 years or so. And like you said, I've got a beautiful wife named Rachel and son Evander, and Emmeline is on the way in October.
We're so happy for you. I mean, just having a boy and a girl, it's like the perfect family, right?
One and one.
We're so happy for you. Now, Brad, you know what I want to talk about? What is the biggest challenge? Because obviously being in new construction, you're getting a lot of people. My audience is the retiree, because we are technically retirees. My husband was with the New York City Fire Department before we moved to South Carolina. What is the biggest challenge that you find and the biggest problem that you help solve with people relocating from another state down to one of your communities?
Certainly. So as you mentioned, I'm with Beazer. We do stuff a little differently, to say the least, on the construction side to differentiate. But that segues into the fact that it is just a matter of differentiating, I think, because there's a sea of options out there for people. I mean, I have to guess per capita, this is probably the highest concentration of options for people out there, no matter where you are in the country. If not, it's up there for sure, just given all the growth and everything. So I think it's two things. First and foremost, it's helping people navigate through a major life decision, right? So even if the whole sole purpose of a trip down, whether they flew down or drove across or drove up, we've got a lot of people coming from Florida now, as I'm sure you guys see.
Oh, we call them halfbacks.
They're halfway back to up north where they may have come from in the beginning. So yeah, it's a real thing. And regardless of if their intention is to move, like, this is a big life decision. It's a big purchase. It's a big investment. It's a major life event. So helping navigate through the peace of mind to make that decision first and foremost, wherever they decide to buy, whether it's with Beazer or some other neighborhood or some other builder altogether. It's just to help navigate the fact that, man, a lot of people have done this before you, and I never hear anybody say, hey, I regret this. So it's just reinforcing that notion, I think. And then on the other side of things, it's differentiating. As I said, we're one of a lot of choices out there, let's face it. We just do a lot of things differently. So when it comes to everything that we do, it's more of, we do the 2x6 exterior walls. We're the only national builder that does it. Spray foam insulation, a tremendous level of, and we do a whole home fresh air system. So even with those things thrown in, some people are going to care about those differences and some won't. Luckily, I find a lot do, and we've managed to help some people together that cared about those things. So the challenge, to answer your question, is just standing out in a crowd of a lot of options out there, for sure. Yeah,
there's definitely a lot of options, and you had options too. I mean, you moved from North Carolina to the Myrtle Beach area. What made you make that move?
Yes, so I mean, honestly, it was, and granted, it was sort of written in the stars in a great way for our liking, thankfully. But it was my last industry work job that moved us.
Oh.
But man, looking back, the stars kind of aligned, because it led to Rachel actually getting into real estate on the general brokerage side, and she did a deal with one of my coworkers now, and was like, man, I had a good experience with working with Beazer, and I said, well, I kind of want to work with people. So that was the segue that led me to here specifically.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
I learn something new every day on Realtors and RVs.
Yeah, so we made the jump, collective decision, and I decided to head over to new construction, and this is all I've known real estate wise is Beazer Homes, and I've been so thankful for opportunity, and it's felt good. It's felt natural. You know, I can stand behind what we do. We deliver a very different, over the top quality home. Doesn't mean anything's perfect with human hands, but we strive to be different, that's for certain.
Yeah, and you guys definitely are different. I like the Beazer product, I like the Beazer brand, and I love everything, the spray foam insulation, the larger 4x6, 2x4s, 8x10s. You know, I'm not the expert in that area, but I've sold with you, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And we built a Beazer home ourselves, so we bought in 23.
Yeah.
And it's not because I get some over the top discount or anything. Like, it's, hey,
you believe in the product.
I believe in the product. I think
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes there's some insider information or something. In this case, it's legal. Like, I know a lot about what's out there, and doesn't mean anybody's doing anything right or wrong necessarily. We build above and beyond code, and when it comes to that, we built in a neighborhood called Belmare a few years ago, and we're more than happy. We actually still have the house. We're just not living in it right now. We've got some tenants, and then we decided to build a different home in the neighborhood I'm selling in now, in Marshfield, where you and I have helped some people. Yeah.
Oh, that amenity center is to die for. I absolutely love that place.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can't wait for our buyers. We're closing in October together. But back to Bradley Jones. On a day off, what do you find yourself doing?
Man, catering to little man. He's 5 now. Evander's 5, and it's more of let's make memories. I think we just did a rare, once or twice a year we'll get away for a week and try to unplug. You're still helping people along the way, though, of course. But in the meantime, for example, that trip consisted of Greenville, South Carolina, to get away, but not too far away from midwife team and stuff. You never know. And we ended up just the zoo. We did a waterfall thing that he was very adamant on doing, to get to some waterfalls and have some day at the water and stuff, no matter how crazy hot it was. You just try to make memories. I mean, my parents did a great job with that.
Oh, your parents are in Greenville?
Well, they did a great job with, making sure we had, really cool stuff to look back on now. And you get older, you appreciate those things.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it's more focused around Evander, I think, and just making sure he's got some really cool stuff to look back on, especially now he's to the age where memories are a real thing from here on out, let's face it. So
have you taken him to Disney? Or
we've not done Disney yet. We have done more of the local stuff, aquariums, some parks and stuff.
Well, there's so much to do here. You don't have to go to Disney when you live in Myrtle.
He's tagged along to a few big vacations. He's flown since he's been in New Orleans and Boston area and a bunch of places, but we've got to do Disney. And Animal Kingdom's on the docket for next year.
Oh, nice.
Once the new baby is a little older, to still not appreciate it obviously at 1 year old, but to be able to travel. So we'll plan on doing something next year, I think.
Going back to Boston, being a New Yorker over here, going up north, the food.
Yeah.
How is the food difference between coming from North Carolina and then going to Boston? Did you have a nice slice of pizza? Did you get some Italian food?
The biggest thing that I looked to was the lobster rolls.
Oh, yeah, delicious.
I'm a big seafood guy, and Rachel's into it as well. And man, I had heard, yes, seafood's really good around here, and it absolutely is. But when it came to some of the shellfish stuff, I guess, the lobsters, we'll call it. That specifically, I could tell a big difference for sure.
Let me tell you something. We have a food truck that comes to our community in Carolina Forest, and it's like the lobster roll truck.
Nice.
And 2 weekends ago, our last weekend before my mother-in-law went back to Puerto Rico, my husband spent $250 on this food truck on lobster rolls.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is so good. So I can't imagine how amazing they must be in Boston. And that
you and Chris have to tell me about this truck, and I'll have to find it sometime.
The lobster truck, it's like local somewhere. I don't know. You know what? We'll drop it down in the comments. The lobster truck somewhere in Myrtle Beach that came to our community, and they're out and about.
Nice.
Strolling around. I'll have to let you know where they are. You got to get them over to Marshfield.
Certainly, yeah. We're going to have a grand opening for the amenity center, believe it or not. And that's
Wait a second. This year it's open?
July 15th, yeah.
How quick did that roll in?
It's a rare thing to see that. We've got a lot of...
You've got a fitness center. You've got like those bathrooms that you can eat off the floor in those bathrooms. You've got the pool. Already it's opening?
Yeah, the pickleball courts, the fire pit, there's a pool table in the clubhouse, and a double-sided fireplace. All that stuff, as you know, is a year or two out usually, and you're paying HOA for what a lot of times. So very thankful that they prioritized to have it on the front end. So yeah, it was supposed to be July 8th. They're putting some finishing touches, pushed it back 1 week, but yeah, July 15th, and
I can't believe
incredible
it.
timing, yeah, because we're about to enter into a period where we're going to have like 25 closings over the next 3 months, and
Wow.
it's going to be already set up for people. So,
Guys, if you haven't seen the Marshfield community, you're going to go right here and you're going to go to my other YouTube channel and you're going to click on Living in Myrtle Beach _SC. With my husband, Chris, and I, we filmed this community. I can't tell you the amount of calls that we get from this video right here. So check it out.
it's been a pretty cool thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it throws, I think it throws, and it's nothing against Longs by any means. So anybody watching, if you're in Longs,
But you're in North Myrtle Beach,
yeah,
Annex,
yeah,
so it's
exactly.
kind of Longs, but North Myrtle Beach.
nothing wrong with Longs, but if somebody is searching specifically North Myrtle,
Yeah.
the filters may throw it out. And I feel like we miss a lot of people that way, but despite it, the word's getting around like, hey, whether you want specifically North Myrtle or the address may be a little different, like it's a Longs address, you can see North Myrtle, like we are annexed to the city, like you said, and for that reason, we've been very busy, and the whole Allure location.
Are you North Myrtle Beach schools?
We are.
Oh,
So
you are?
it's North Myrtle Beach High School, North Myrtle Beach Middle, and River Oaks Elementary. So
Nice.
it's got a cool thing going in terms of just being a little tucked away, and tucked away is not like miles and miles out.
No.
You're literally 7-minute drive to House of Blues, all this stuff in Barefoot. And that's why we've been so busy, I think. We're right there at the North Myrtle Beach Sports Complex, all of that as well. So yeah, it's been really good. And I'm glad to have had a chance to partner with you guys on
I
some stuff
know.
already.
I know,
Yeah.
we are too. Now, Brad, I want to go back to this question on your day off. Do you guys have like a jet ski or a boat or a golf cart? Like, I feel like everybody, I just asked, I had another builders rep, Kayla McKinney on, and they've got like a boat and a golf cart. I mean, I have the RV. That's how we're at the RV park. But did you find when you moved here that you bought something? Because I feel like everybody moving here buys a toy.
We have not. We're boring in that regard, I guess.
Yes, you're boring like Chris and I. We haven't, well, outside the RV, but we haven't bought like a toy
we
to
don't
drive
have any
around in.
toys yet. I mean, I guess it's certainly conducive. I mean, look, this is a perfect representation of lifestyle.
I know.
This backdrop, you couldn't ask for anything more because it represents everything around here perfectly. With that being said, we don't have a boat. My brother-in-law will probably see this at some point, Joseph. I lean on him when he's generous enough to take us out on his boat. But he's got a really cool boat, and if anything, I would say, by choice on days off would certainly be hanging out with him on the boat. He's big into it would apply to around here too, even though it's in North Carolina. He's big into the kind of in the not deep ocean, but in the brackish water, intercoastal, trout, all that type of stuff. So that's my choice on a leisure day, I guess you could say, but I personally don't have a boat.
So we could find you on a boat someday, but you don't
it
personally have
happens.
one.
We get out there and try. He's an amazing. He could be a charter captain, honestly, and he knows that. But he's got a different profession, but he is really good at what he does. So yeah, I enjoy riding his coattail into catching some trout a lot of times with him.
Nice. Now, if we weren't in a drought, South Carolina, a lot of the country is having this drought, dry spell, very hot heat wave. I would have had the fire pit on because I love sitting near a fire pit,
Nice.
but we're going to keep the forest safe and not like that fire pit. But Brad, I want you to look right into this camera, into your camera, your contact information, your email, if you have a website. How can people get in touch with you if they're interested in a
Sure.
Coastal Carolina area, Beazer Homes?
Yeah, so as Alysia and we've talked about Beazer Homes, I am specifically in a neighborhood called Marshfield. It is our premier neighborhood. We build with hardy plank. Spray foam insulation and 2x6 walls are standard for Beazer as a builder, so that applies everywhere, but we're the only neighborhood that does the hardy plank within Beazer. Also going to have a whole home fresh air system, and we're right behind Barefoot Landing. That's the whole allure of the location. But in terms of contact, again, it's Brad Jones, and my email is super simple. It's pretty generic, like my name, brad.jones@beazer.com, BEAZER.com, brad.jones@beazer.com, and my cell is 252-286-6590. And it goes without saying, definitely consult Alysia and Chris on the front end so we can all work together. I would love to partner with as many people as we can together.
That would be
you guys
great.
are a dream to work with.
Yeah, thank you.
And I get asked the question sometimes like, hey, is Alysia who she is on camera and stuff in person? Absolutely, 100%.
Thank you.
The genuine aspect is there, and that's, I think, what matters a lot of times in any situation. But you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate
we do appreciate
that.
you for sure.
Thank you. Well, enough about real estate. I got my top 5 questions for Brad Jones.
Oh boy.
Nothing to do with work now.
All right.
Okay?
Hit me
I
with
want to get to know who is Brad Jones. You ready?
Yep.
Favorite music?
I'm a 70s rock guy. Yeah.
Dude, no
yeah.
way. Who's your favorite?
Pink Floyd.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
I never got to see Pink. I think the last time they officially toured was '94. I was 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
The Division Bell tour, but I did see David Gilmour at Madison Square Garden 2 years ago. We went to the Garden to see probably his last hurrah. You know, they have 20 of those that they label
Of
as
course.
the final tour. But yeah, man, I grew up listening to 70s and 80s. Is what my parents, you know. To me, it was what was on the radio, riding along from the time memory started until license. And once I got my license, I just continued on what they had kind of planted. So the seeds were planted for classic rock, though, whether it be Pink Floyd, you know, Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, you name it. They don't make music like they used to.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
They
I was
definitely
born
don't.
in the wrong
Everything's
decade
on
for it.
auto-tune now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
All right, ready? Question number 2. Favorite movie of all time?
Oh man, probably something warm and fuzzy. I mean, it sounds kind of
Like a Hallmark movie?
no. It's the Shawshank Redemption. Have you seen?
Oh, I love that
You can't go
movie.
wrong. I
You
mean,
can't go
man,
wrong
there's
with
so
that
many
one.
cool things embedded into that movie. I feel like, you know, trials and tribulations, even if they're not rightfully so, and
Yeah.
life isn't fair, you know, that
Yep.
type of thing. And then it's you know, the cool spoiler, I guess, alert, but it's got a cool way it shapes out at the end and things. So I don't know. I watched it in high school, and as I get older, and granted, I don't watch it every day, but once every couple years, it's like, man, you pick out something else. There's no wonder it won so many awards. But I saw something cool recently. That year, 94, 97, whatever year it came out, I'm probably butchering that. There was so many like blockbuster movies that came out that same year or maybe even month. I saw a little Facebook thing pop up, and they don't make movies like they used to either, it seems like.
No, dude, I'm with you, man. I'm an 80s, 70s and 80s girl, so I'm with you 100%.
What's your favorite movie?
So my favorite movie of all time would probably have to be Fried Green Tomatoes.
Nice. I've not seen it. I've got to check it out.
You have to see. It's a chick flick, I think, personally, but
gotcha.
I love Fried Green Tomatoes.
Okay, well that gives us an idea for the weekend.
Yeah.
We got our niece and nephew this weekend, so
Oh, yeah.
Is it appropriate for?
It's an adult movie, more of
Okay.
a chick flick, adult women's about death and children and husbands and life and
Okay.
stuff. But it's
Rachel and I will
Fried
check it out
Green
soon.
Tomatoes it's a real. I liked it. It was a really good movie.
Very nice.
Okay, so you ready? What did we do? We did movie. We did song. Favorite food, Brad?
Man, I'm probably not that I'm some connoisseur or anything, but I do love Japanese cuisine. I mean,
Wow.
I want to go to Tokyo or wherever that I don't even know how to pronounce or know anything about. Probably, their culture seems incredible.
Yeah.
And I've talked to people. Have you guys been by chance?
No.
I talked to people who've been, and that's another cool thing about real estate. Kind of a sidebar. You have so many people come in from all over, with such life experiences, stuff you didn't even know that you wanted to do, but that happens to be one I've always had eyes on. And you hear of the culture and the feel everything is kind of as advertised and then some, but the cuisine itself, I'm a sushi guy for sure. Quality. I wish I could go every night, but I certainly would be broke if that was the case. But man, we try to hit some cool places. And there's some, when it comes to that, as we know, there's plenty of options around here. But yeah, probably Japanese, I think.
Okay. Favorite sports team?
Man, I played baseball more so was my thing, you know, personally. But I've always kind of idolized, and what it stands for, the whole program is Duke basketball. I'm a big Duke basketball fan. North Carolina, where I'm from, three hours from here, is Tobacco Road, as they say. It's specifically in that triangle area in North Carolina, you know, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. But you pick one, you know, you pick your team. And I had a friend, best friend at the time, where his older sister, who we all kind of looked up to, I guess, she was a Duke fan. And I was like, man, that sounds cool. I'll do that. And I was, I think, 4th grade, and since then I've pretty heavily into it. I mean, I've got a life outside of it, of course, but you know, if I had to pick a team, anybody would tell you it's 100% that. We actually played Carolina, their arch rival, University of North Carolina, in 2022 in the Final Four in New Orleans. So I actually finished helping somebody that day in the Beazer neighborhood, Harborview at the time. Finished helping them at like 4:15 and sprinted to the airport. And that's another cool thing about our area. The airport is so easy to get through. I was through TSA and on my flight safely in 50 minutes.
Wow.
But I went down, watched us get our heart broken because they did beat us in that Final Four game. But really cool stuff. We did the Final Four 2 years later in 25 or 24. Watched us lose again. But I'm determined one day to see a national championship in person. I think that would be awesome.
That would be great.
So yeah, Duke basketball is my team.
Okay.
Yeah.
And final question for Brad Jones from Beazer. Brad, tell us the secret. What is something that nobody else knows about you?
You know, I guess what I knee-jerk just went to, I like to draw. I mean, I guess my parents, of course, they're a little biased maybe. My wife, she's a little biased maybe, but you know, used to it's just prioritizing the time, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm a perfectionist to a fault, absolutely, especially when it comes to that at least. Because I'll get to a point, I'm like, man, I literally can't take it. I can't finish this because it's not going to be how I want it. But in the past, though, when I did have, you know, before you grow up to big boy job and stuff, I guess I had more time to allocate or was willing to allocate to it. And that would be like gifts to parents and stuff. And I'd love to get back into it sometime, but I do have a little bit of, I guess, a hidden talent or something, maybe, if you want to call it that. Not to say I'm some world-renowned artist by any means, but I would love to maybe get lessons one day and refine it more and more.
Sure, my sister did that during the pandemic, yeah.
I mean, if you tell me, hey, think of something and draw it, like, that's not my thing, but to look at something, whether it be people or anything, realism specifically, I can somewhat emulate stuff I'm looking at. So yeah, maybe that, I guess.
You need to do something and text it to me.
Yeah, I certainly will. I'll send you a couple things of what I've done in the past.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Well, thank you so much, Brad, for coming on the show. Guys, I hope you got a feel for what Beazer has to offer and who Bradley Jones is. Now, Brad, one more time, look into your camera. Email, phone number, and how people can get in contact with you.
Sure.
Before you do that, though, special thanks to Studio 93 Podcast for filming the first season of Realtors and RVs. We're going to start filming season 2. We've got a list of people that are lining up to get on the show, and season 2 is going to be just a little different, so stay tuned. Again, one more thank you, Brad, I'm going to give to Serafina Creative for sponsoring the show. Thank you.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All yours.
Yeah, it's Brad Jones, and my email is brad.jones@beazer.com. Beazer is BEAZER.com. Brad.jones@beazer.com. My cell phone, you can call or text anytime. If I don't reach out immediately back, it's just because I may be with someone. I'll hit you back ASAP. It's 252-286-6590. I've never changed my number since I was 15. There's another fun fact. So that's why it's 252. It's from Kinston, North Carolina is where I'm from.
No, I still have my New York number. I'm never changing that. I'm never changing that. I've had that for like 20 years myself. And why? I have contacts for 20 years that have that number. Why would I change it? But anyway, guys, the wig survived. We did it. Thank you guys all for watching the first season of Realtors and RVs.